Hi YouTube, Timothy Unkert here. In this video, I want to talk about the isinstance function in Python. And that basically checks if something is an instance of a particular class in Python. So for instance, if I want to say print is instance, and then let's pass in a list here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want to check that it's an instance of a list, I can run this code and it's going to give me back a Boolean response, either true or false. And in this case, it's true because it is a list. Let's make a variable to demonstrate this as well. So if I created a variable my underscore list and then just set the list to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I wanted to check is my list an instance, so I'm going to do is instance my list, is that an instance of, let's say, a tuple, right? It should give me back false because it's not a tuple, and it does. Now, if I change it to a tuple here and then run it, it's going to give back true, okay? So we can check out a bunch of different things, and we can use this to take in some input. So I'm going to create a class, and let's create a class called person. And in that class, I'm going to have an dunder init method. And each person will have a first, a last name. So first name, last name, and an age. So I'm going to say self dot underscore first. So in Python, if you have one underscore, it's a convention to treat that as a private variable. It isn't. I mean, there's no real such thing as a private variable, but the convention is for other developers to do that. I'm also going to do a self underscore last equals last, and then a self underscore age equals age. And what I'm going to do is through properties, I'm going to create some getters and setters. So I'm going to say at property, and then under that, I'll do a method called first, pass in self, and we'll just return self dot underscore first. So if I want to know the first name of something in the class person, then I can call this getter and get that information versus going to the private variable. Now, if I want to do a setter, what I can do is at first dot setter, and then I can create another function also called first, and I'll pass in self, and then let's do new underscore first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use is instance to making sure that the user is passing in a string. Otherwise, I'm going to raise a value error. So I'm going to say if not is instance, and I'll pass in new first. And if it's not a string, so str, we're going to raise a value error, and we're going to say something like, you must enter a string, bro. Okay. And otherwise, we're going to say self dot underscore first equals new first. Okay. So let's test this out. So let's create a variable. Person underscore one is part of the person class. First name is Timothy. Last name is Unkert. And the age is 48. So I can do person one dot I could do underscore first, and it would give it to me. All right, so if I run this, and I'm going to need to print it because nothing came out because I didn't print it. But if I print person underscore first, that'll work. But remember, so it prints Timothy, but we don't want to access that variable, so we can just do just dot first here, okay? And it's going to get the name Timothy, okay? And if I want to change it, what I could do, now I could do person underscore one dot first equals, let's do like and subscribe, okay? And now if I want to print person one underscore dot first, you should see it change, right? So now we have like and subscribe. So you should make sure to do that. Now, if I wanted to go here, down here, and do person underscore one dot first equals 12, right? It should now, because I'm using isinstance, it's checking that new first is a string, and it's going to bring back that's not a string. It should raise a value error. So let's do that. And there we go. We got raised a value error. You must enter a string, bro. Okay? So that's a little bit of how to use the isinstance function in Python, along with creating some getters and setters in a class. Hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.